They will help you with all of that because Medicare is very complex and confusing. They will help you totally for free. Again, write that phone number down, take a picture, take a screenshot. It'll help you out. Anything Medicare related, contact them. Chapter Medicare, they're amazing. All right, so here's what I'm going to explain for you. Yesterday, we got the all-important inflation data that was released. This was May's inflation data. Now, to be fair with you, I'm filming this video in the middle of June right now, but it was May's inflation data that was released. It came in hot. We knew it was going to come in hot. No surprise there, but I'm going to explain it for you. Let's put this information up on the screen right here, right now. Feel free to read through the details on this. Let me explain. All right, so right in the middle of the page, by the way, this is a screenshot from the BLS report, the Bureau of Labor Statistics report, the inflation report. Right in the middle of the screen, you're going to see some different data. Look for the one that says Consumer Price Index for Urban Wage Earners and Clerical Workers, CPIW. That's the one that they use to determine the COLA, cost of living adjustment, for Social Security beneficiaries. Check that out. On a year-over-year basis, 4.4%. On a month-over-month basis, up 0.7%. Let me just tell you this much. That's hot. That's very high. It's more than double where it is supposed to be. That number should say year-over-year, 2%. Month-over-month, like 0.1. It should not be these numbers. They're very high right now. Point being is this. Obviously, this is May's inflation data. We have June's inflation data to go, which, quick side note, newsflash, it's going to be hot again. It's going to be probably right around 4.5, 4.6, maybe even 4.7% again on a year-over-year basis. Okay, so again, it's going to be nearly pushing 5% by the time that we get June's inflation data. Again, in the middle of July is when we get that. But we're right down to the last month here. Remember, when we roll over to next month, all eyes are on inflation for Social Security because that is what's going to be used to determine the raise, okay? Now, based on this data right here, we can throw out and pretty much anticipate, based on the trend, based on the trajectory, the speed and the velocity of inflation increasing right now. Based on where we're at, I just want to say this much, no promises, but if we continue at the same trend, same trajectory, same speed and velocity, we will easily, without a doubt, easily be within the mid 5% range of a raise to your Social Security by the time that we conclude September, which would be the final month in which they use to determine the raise to our benefit. Right now, the projections as of right now are sitting at about 4.5% of a raise. Right now, based on May's data, we still have June, July, August, and September data to go. If we continue to move at the same pace, without a doubt, we will easily be in the mid to upper 5% range of a raise, maybe even 6%. We will see how this continues to go over the coming months here. And again, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself and say, oh yeah, it's going to be 6%. I don't want to say that yet, but based on where we are at, obviously, full disclaimer, all of this could change. All of this, I mean, the inflation, it's probably not going to, but it could stop and immediately reverse and go back down. Highly unlikely, unless they start manipulating the numbers, which I wouldn't be shocked if they do, especially with the midterm election coming up. Would not be shocked one bit if they start manipulating these numbers and make it look like, look, there's no inflation anymore. And we're all like, BS, we're all dealing with it. We see it. We know that there's inflation. Stop lying to us again. You know what I mean? Right? So we all know how this goes. My point is, this is the data that they use. So unfortunately, we're at the mercy of this data. And again, and the manipulation that's probably out there, probably suppressing these numbers quite a bit already. There's probably already quite a bit of manipulation and suppression in these numbers. But needless to say, they're still high, very high with this inflation data. Now, one more point I want to throw out there really fast is this. On that screenshot that I had up for you, again, I have it still up on my screen on here, but the screenshot, maybe scroll the video back and look at it because I was going to mention it. I kind of got sidetracked there. The number right below the CPIW is the chained consumer price index. Okay, what's interesting about that is one of the inflationary measures that they want to change the calculation that they use for calculating Social Security COLAs. What's interesting is that's at a 4% year-over-year number. So it's literally 0.4% less than what the CPIW is. And that's what they maybe want to change the calculation to for calculating the Social Security COLA. So in other words, we'd be getting stiffed yet again if they were to change it to the chained consumer price index. Okay. Anyway, there's that one that's out there that they're talking about, as well as the CPI-E, which is the consumer price index for the elderly. That's another one that's out there. But anyway, as of right now, literally what's interesting about this is just a few months ago, we had projections coming in at about a 1.6 to 1.9% raise. We're solidly within the 4.5 to upper 4% range as of right now, literally a handful of months later. We're going to be solidly within the 5.5 to upper 5% range on that raise, literally in just a couple months here. It's going to be nuts. Either way, this is the highest inflation, by the way, that we've seen in multiple years, going back to 2023. So over 3 years ago was the last time that we saw inflation this high, and it's still